doing hookers and blow on the weekends or whatever. Maybe you're not doing hookers and blow because you don't make as much money as a fucking doctor, but...
So who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
Yo, pro tip, these are so fucking good. Slim Fast Keto Fat Bomb Snack Cluster and caramel nuts and chocolate. It's 10 grams of total carbs and how many fucking everything else? Let's see, how many calories? 80 calories. I don't know, you guys. I'm addicted to this shit. Jay says they're fucking gross. I'm at Jay's house, or quote unquote my house, because I just got off of a Fallen State interview. If you guys don't know what Fallen State is, but you're familiar with Twitch or Destiny on Twitch, it's basically the guy that goes amazing and, you know, the black guy, or it says like beta all the time. I can't believe I've been selected to be on his show, but it was actually really fun. And yeah, I'm allowed to post like a portion of it to my channel, so we'll see what I post. Well, I gotta eat this, guys. It's so fucking good. I'm starving to death. Oh. I'm gonna be eating this for a while. This was a mistake. Let's get a Diet Coke. Okay, so today what I wanted to talk about is, I don't know, I just kind of want to sit and chat with you guys. My editor's not going to be editing this one, so it's going to be a very chill video. I've already had a pretty full day. I recorded Fan Service Friday and started editing it. Then I came over here and that interview took like, I would say 2 hours because we had a few technical difficulties and I waited a little longer to like start the interview than I thought I would, which is all fine because I'll just sit here and play with Eve, and I love being at my home computer, which at some point I need to fucking find a place to put it in Hunter's house, or I need to like rent a studio or something. But it's also nice to have stuff here because oftentimes Hunter's house is full of people. Anyway, what was I talking about? I'm in a good mood because I've had a good day and I'm very tan. Those are the things that I need in order to feel good. I need a good tan and I need to have a good day. Is that too much to fucking ask? Tonight, going out to dinner with my friends, and then tomorrow we are going on a couples trip. Me and Hunter and his 2 friends, we are going up to Brian Head for the 3rd time to go snowboarding. I'm really hoping that the situation in Brian Head, since it's fucking summer down here in Vegas, is not just complete icy fucking horrible fabricated crap, and there are at least some good trails still left open, because I don't think my ass can take another Big Bear trip. That was the most painful it's ever been, including the first time where I fell every single time. I fell more than usual because I was so not confident about what was going on. It was like, oh my God. I remember what the topic was supposed to be about today other than just rambling on. Today's topic, I wanted to talk about something that I heard recently in a video by Dr. what's his name? Dr. Grande. I like watching his psychology videos. And he was talking about Paul Walker, you know, the Fast and Furious dude. Before I say anything that I'm about to say, I am not a fan of Paul Walker, nor am I an anti-fan or hater of Paul Walker. I just don't know much about him or have an opinion on him. So anything that I say here is not like an assertion of anything that I think. It's just like something that happened in the video, and then what he said in the video, I want to expound upon that with my own thoughts that have nothing to do with Paul Walker. So I know he's dead. If you're a big Paul Walker fan, like, I'm sorry. Also, if you're not a fan of Paul Walker, try to separate what I'm saying from Paul Walker, because I don't even know if it's the case. Dr. Grande just said something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing here, that everyone respected Paul Walker because he did his own thing and he was his own authentic person, even though he had many flaws. Dr. Grande said some of his flaws, just to give you context, are things like, you know, he was an adrenaline junkie and he would put like adrenaline junkying over safety or over like long-term thinking. He had some problems with anger or like fighting in the past, etc. But the reason people like liked him so much, whether you like him or not, is because he was genuine. I've heard this phrase uttered many times for many different people. Often it's like, love him or hate him, at least he's genuine. And so I wanted to bring up the fact that yes, people will like you if you're genuine. And that's literally it. And I think one of the reasons why people like genuine people so much, even if they're entirely way more flawed than you are, is because you are within yourself, right? So this is a tip for getting people to like you. You're within yourself and you know that you're not perfect. At least most people who have done any modicum little tiny ounce of self-introspection would know that you are not perfect, you have your flaws, there are things you don't even like about yourself, or things that people don't like about you generally, or ways that you don't fit into society, but yet everyone has this exterior facade trying to prove that they don't have any of these problems. But then along comes someone who has all of these annoying qualities that you try to stuff down and never let back out, and he's just like letting it rip, and he's just like, fuck yeah, I am me. I'm a flawed human being. I steal, cheat, and lie or whatever, but you know, fuck it. It's just who I am. I'm this way because of whatever the fuck childhood trauma, or because, you know, I just fucking am, fuck you. And everyone admires that because everyone has that facade. Like 99% of people, like obviously a fucking fabricated number, but 99% of people have this facade where they're trying to be like, you know you're flawed. I know I'm flawed. Everyone has an own inner voice that knows all of their flaws, but hey, we're gonna pretend like we're not these degenerates over here that are sitting there just completely fine with their flaws and being open and honest about them. And that's what I find so interesting. We're gonna move this into my personal life now. That's what I find so interesting about like the lawyer types and the people who have to keep up the facade and their life depends on it or their livelihood depends on it, is like, you know that you're facading for all these people who also know they're facading and know that deep down they are flawed. So what is so interesting about keeping up the facade? And one could argue, for instance, that they don't want to go to a lawyer that is just completely open about, you know, fucking an OnlyFans girl or something, let's say. You know, because they want a level of professionalism that makes them feel safe. But that professionalism is just a lie, right? Everyone knows that everyone has some skeletons in their closet or some weird, like, wonky things about their lives or some flaws that they don't, like, explicitly tell you. So why do we as a society feel more comfortable with lawyers and doctors and yada, yada, yada that are entirely fake and keep up that facade of professionalism when you know deep down they're flawed adults, flawed human beings just like everyone else? I really honestly want the answer to this question, because I would feel more comfortable if I knew all of the flaws of my doctor. Would you not? Like, imagine you're going into heart surgery and like, you know every single flaw about your doctor. Wouldn't you feel more comfortable knowing that just like you, he is out like doing hookers and blow on the weekends or whatever? Maybe you're not doing hookers and blow because you don't make as much money as a fucking doctor, but you're doing something nefarious in the fucking sheets with your woman. You're doing her doggy style and fucking spanking her ass and you have a fucking foot kink or something. Something's going on with you, just like with your doctor. So wouldn't you want to know that all of his flaws don't actually pertain to what matters, which is his craft? Like, you go steady hands, amazing fucking endocardiologist, blah, blah, blah. And then at the bottom it's like, fucking gets hand jobs from masseuses, or, you know, blows his fucking wife's best friend. Blows his wife's best friend. Gay, sure, why not? Anything, okay? Why can't these things be true at the same time? There's nothing that says fucking an OnlyFans girl doesn't make you a good fucking lawyer. In fact, I've never met anyone who is more dedicated to being a lawyer than Hunter. Like, or being anything, being whatever. Like, he's so fucking driven, it drives me to be more driven. Like, this motherfucker wakes up at 5:30 a.m. He doesn't have to be there that long. He fucking works so fucking hard. He doesn't do anything during the week. Like, he won't even like drink a little bit with me during the week at all. The man is so dedicated to his job. That's all I want to know. Everything else, all the flaws that I might or might not know as a girlfriend or as someone who's in his life all the time, like, I would still go to him as my lawyer. So why is it so important to keep up the fakeness? It's so weird to me that people feel comfort in fakeness. I really want to stress that point, because that's the big question I have for this video. Why do people find comfort in fakeness, knowing deep down, and most of them have to know consciously, it's a fakeness, it's a facade? Why does professionalism denote that in any way they're going to be actually good at their jobs, when professionalism is an easy facade to keep up? If I put on a fucking blazer, if I, you know, spoke well, which is really easy to do for me, and spoke slow and was very respectful, like, how would that make me a better fucking, you know, gynecologist than anyone else? It wouldn't. I'm not even fucking qualified. But the main thing that people are looking for is that amount of decorum, which means nothing to me. Am I just like too woke of psychology, or like what's going on? Because I've always wondered why that matters. It's so funny that like you know, two doctors will come up to each other knowing that they have like fucked up rich people, fucked up lives. You know, they'd be like, oh, I drive way too fast in my Maserati. And the other guy's like, yeah, I fuck, you know, my wife's 3 best friends like every fucking moment that I can, you know, and they're like, ha, nice to meet you, sir. Ah, ha, ha, huh. We both know we are in turn each other flawed because we ripped 6 lines of coke together in the bathroom. But keep up this facade. And then there's a guy over here not keeping up the facade. I feel like it's gotta be just like almost jealousy. Like if you can succeed somehow by people liking you because you're genuine, people will hate you for it because they want to be genuine. So there's that jealousy there, which comes full circle because that's what I was talking about in the first place. Do you guys get what I'm fucking saying? Why is it that you would rather go to a doctor that does things that are very easy to do that show professionalism and doesn't actually show any of his credentials or his ability to be a doctor? Why is it so important? Society? Please explain to me, because I've always felt like the more genuine the person is, the more comfortable I can be with them, because the more I actually know what's going on in their heads and what's going on actually with them. If they're like, oh, I'm real insecure because I'm not real good at being a surgeon, you know, like that would make me more like comfortable, because if they're like, I'm not really good at being a surgeon, but man, do I stick IVs in a bitch like no one else. I would be like, oh, okay, he's honest. Like I'm trusting him with my veins. But to just be like, yes, I'm going to surgery you today. I'm very professional. Have you seen all of my other professional friends wearing a suit? Have you seen the fucking level of fucking tie specificity, which I've now learned is important apparently in this world as well? I just want to know why. I just want to know why that works on people. Are people just that daft? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, my whole life I've dealt with people being like, no one's gonna take you seriously because you're honest about liking to look like a bimbo. And it's like, why does that matter? Come see my skill or lack thereof and make a decision for yourself based on actual facts, rather than how fucking professional I look in a suit or how much I cover up my titties and then, you know, have someone stick their dick between them on the weekends. Like, if I'm doing it, like, those things can both be true. I can wear a suit and be super, like, uptight and then have my titties fucked on the weekend. You won't know based on how professional I am. So why are you acting like it's better than the person who doesn't do that and does be like, yeah, I get my titties fucked, but we're both just as good lawyers, which is not good at all, because I didn't fucking go to law school. I didn't take the bar. I mean, I thought about how awesome of a fucking criminal defense attorney I would be, how amoral I would be, but anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful fucking weekend. I'm gonna be snowboarding, and I'm probably not gonna get any footage of that. Maybe I'll get some B-roll, but I'm not gonna be actually vlogging it like I did last time. I hope you guys are enjoying the vlogs. The new editor is pretty good. There are some things that are not, like, I told her to not cut off people when they're quiet, because often Hunter will be quiet or I'll be like in the background, you can't hear me as much, and she clearly cuts up based on the levels on the actual like project rather than actually listening to it. So often she'll be cutting off people who are very quiet talking, and it's like, that's Eve's fountain just went crazy. Eve and Widow's fountain. I have to do that video soon, but Jay and I are like, he's having a little tiff with me. We tiff a lot sometimes. It's weird. I don't know. So yeah, he's out with Brittany right now, and I'm like, hey, can I use the house? Sorry about that. I got that Jesse Lee Peterson interview, bro. I'm gonna link you to Fallen State down in the description, because I do want you guys to watch my interview when it goes up. I was clearly a little bit nervous, and I actually lied about something. There was something so dumb, and I'm probably gonna tell you eventually, but I couldn't. He did like a hot seat thing with me, right? Where he like asked a bunch of questions I have to answer as quickly as possible. And he asked kind of a scandalous one that Jay and I agreed to not talk about on the YouTube channel for fear of, like, I mean, Jay thinks it's bad to delineate people based on beliefs. So I just haven't told you this thing. I never lied about it. In fact, I've probably told someone somewhere on some platform that I've done it before, but yeah. I'm coming clean instantly afterwards. I felt so bad because I feel like that's probably the first time in many, many years I've lied on the internet to anyone, or lied at all, really. I mean, it's weird to care about that. I must be overcorrecting or something. Like, people have secrets. I actually want to review this School of Life video. I love School of Life, but he did a video on why we should lie to save the feelings of our partners, and I like just wholeheartly fucking disagree with everything he says in that video, and it's one of the only things where I take an opposite stance. So one of my next videos will probably be me actually responding to that video, and it's a really short video, so it should be like short for me to explain, But I just feel like what he says in the video, you'll see, I just feel like it cannot foster a good environment for a relationship better than my theory can. And I feel like if you have to lie a little bit to get to the point where you feel comfortable enough with yourself, or you have to lie because of your job, like that's just how society works. But you should still have the stance that you don't want to be doing that, or that wouldn't matter to you, in my opinion. And you should be strong enough to be able to take the truth, and you should respect people enough to give them the truth. It's so odd that the world doesn't work this way, that everyone's living a facade together, like, and not calling each other out or calling themselves out even. It's like everyone's living a lie even within themselves with this facade. It almost feels like the facade of professionalism, or the facade of you being like trying to be this perfect person on Instagram or on social media or in your life, and like being really embarrassed when any of your flaws come out, or like denying them. I feel like that starts to seep into what you actually think about yourself, and then you don't introspect or know yourself at all. That's wild, isn't it? All right, how did I manage to make this a 17-minute video again? All right, I was stopping at like 11 minutes. I always do this. All right, done with the stream of consciousness. I love you guys. Have a good fucking weekend. I will see you Tuesday. I want to be like in a Coca-Cola ad, like a tee-hee. Oh, did I drink it well? Oh my God. This should be the thumbnail. Oh, I'm gonna take a pic like this before I leave. Whew.